Alrighty, boys and girls, so going to be starting on the wiring of the Maxxecu in the Volvo. It's a Maxxecu Sport Premium, and it's a 2007 GMC Envoy engine and a 1983 Volvo. So that is the Vortec 4200, and it has a 6-speed manual transmission from Nissan Frontier. So I'm going to be starting on the wiring, just laid everything out for now, went through and made sure I had all the plugs that I need or that I'm going to use. I bought these all a while ago, so I kind of forgot what they were for, so went through yesterday and just labeled what each of them are going to be for. I did end up getting the wrong year crank sensor plug, so I bought that yesterday. Started to go through the harness and just kind of orient myself to what all the wires are, and going through the diagram here, I did start to label some of these. So some of these are outputs, some of them are for injectors, some of them are for coils, some of them are for crank sensor, wideband, cam sensor, all that junk. All of them are labeled, so you can see that one says Lambda there. So that one's for the wideband. This one here says home cam on it, so that's for the cam sensor. So they are all labeled and pretty much labeled all the way to the ends of the wiring, so you don't have to look too far on it. And of course it does come with a really nice diagram here for everything. So it shows you wire colors, what everything is for, all the inputs there, wideband, crank and cam. These are some powers over here with some additional outputs. Then you have all your coil packs, injectors, a couple other outputs, some outputs down here. And then it does give you some separate instructions for just doing different things here. A couple different wideband variations. This one's the 4.2, says it's standard, but it also shows the 4.9 sensor. Options for wiring ignition coils, injector wiring, all that stuff. Here's the main ECU plug. Here's an additional plug that you're going to have like the main power and everything off of. That goes down to here, so you have your constant and switch 12 volt, your ground. There's a couple other output wires that come through that. This is going to be for my coil packs. So I'm using the Canformance kit with these Audi coils. This is some extra wiring for all the injector and the sensor grounds. It's my understanding, because you're going to have to connect all the powers and everything, and then all the sensor grounds and everything like that. I did get an extra plug like this, because that is what goes into the factory injector harness here for the 4200. So here's a factory injector harness, just like that. So my thought on it is, instead of wiring this directly to each injector, I want to wire this to this connector, and then I'll still have a removable injector harness like factory. So I'd like to do that. Got a couple of multimeters out just for testing, probably mostly continuity testing, because I'm going to want to check the wires. I'm going to want to verify it, even though they're all labeled. I like to check stuff. So here's inside the box. This is what the ECU looks like. Nice little small unit. So I'll have to figure out where I'm going to want to mount that. It does have the USB and the map sensor port there. It has the antenna connection on the back side. Here's the little antenna for it. It does come with some polyline for the map sensor. It has an onboard 3-bar map sensor. Comes with the wideband, plug connection, and the pins for going to right here for that additional power connection, USB, wideband plug, and all that jazz. So I think I'm going to get in the car now and figure out where I'm going to want to mount that, so I know where to come out with the wiring. I do have this factory grommet right here that comes out over to here, which is what I just cut off from the factory wiring. So I might try to repurpose that and then just come over this way. Alrighty, so a little update. I ended up taking out this firewall plate, which is basically that plate right there. I kept the hole that had the engine harness grommet, and then I removed the 3 other holes that were on there. So there was 2 holes for the AC lines, and then there was 1 for a little wire. Filled those holes and welded that up, and cleaned it up all on the backside also. So I'll be repainting that and putting it back in. Also did pull the factory harness back out and spend some time going through that on the ECU side, just to find the function of 3 pins that were in there. So this connector here had these wires that went to the ECU. 2 of them went to the ECU, 1 of them came from the fuel pump relay. So this yellow-red came from fuel pump relay and then goes back in. The red one comes from the AC switch to idle it up when you turn the AC on, and then the blue-red is a switch 12 volt. So I'll be able to keep at least this one, and I'll probably use that for the key it on ignition source down to a relay down here. Also mounted the ECU in the factory location. I just took out the factory ECU mount plate. It's just a little screw down here and the screw at the top, and then that whole plate comes out. So I think that's a good spot for it, right inside the kick panel. I'm also going to figure out how I'm going to mount some relays and a little fuse panel in here, if I'm going to put it down here or in the backside or on the back plate there. One option is to mount it just to the back side of this. I just have this little 6 fuse deal and then one of these Monkey Fab distribution block connectors. Not sure exactly what I'm going to use that for. Maybe like a 5-volt or sensor ground distribution. I do still have this whole big sheet of ABS, which is very old, and I use this on a different car. But I got a lot of material left, so I think what I'm going to see if I can do is make a little backing plate that like goes behind the ECU and has some room inside here, and try to mount that stuff on this side. Alright, so I got this plate back in, all painted and welded up. Also went ahead and made this little ABS plate that goes behind the ECU. It is still mounted to that metal plate on the back. So there's a screw there that holds the metal plate in, and there's one up on the top also. So I think it looks pretty good even like this with the little bend in there, but it is set up so the factory kick panel can still go on over the top of all of it, and there's some room inside for all that stuff. So I think what I'll do is start getting the harness all ran. I did go through and label all the wires for what they are. I know they are labeled on the wire itself, but I figured it'd be a little quicker to look at the tape. So I did go ahead and start labeling all the inputs and outputs. I got oil pressure, fuel pressure, coolant pressure, a clutch switch, that would be 2-step also, a dial input, a speed input, and then a fan output, boost controller output, VVT output, and then the other outputs for the electronic throttle. And then there's 2 extras. So I'll go ahead and start running all that stuff. Alright, so I got the harness through the firewall, through the grommet, and all laid out. But as I'm doing this, I'm realizing I'm going to have to pull the stuff back through, because I have wires that need to be inside the cab that I pushed all the way out to here. So I have like the TAC, the CAN bus, which I don't know or think I'm going to use that for anything, or don't know what I'll use it for, but I think that should go inside. TAC, the dial, the clutch switch, all that stuff that I was planning to have in the cab, I just ran out to here. So now I'm going to pull it back out and get that stuff in the cab. But that got me thinking also too about how I'm going to do the clutch switch. I could do a clutch pressure switch and leave that wire out here, but I'm probably just going to do a mechanical switch actually on the pedal. Also doing drive-by wire, so I got to figure out the throttle pedal, so the throttle wiring will have to go inside. There's like some throttle pedal sensor wiring that all has to go in the cab. So I just need to like take a step back and rethink what I need to put inside there, and really just take my time and make sure I'm doing this right. I think I was just really looking forward to getting this section done, so I think this section is done and looks nice and connected to the ECU. So that all turned out nice. That's how I want it to look, but I think I'm going to use some of the extra positions in this plug to run all that other stuff too. Like the TAC wire, I could just run to this side, clutch switch, throttle, all that stuff. All the wires that are in the harness, I could just run to the back side of this plug and then connect here to go to the cab. So got to rethink some of that stuff, so I'll come back. Alright, so I went back through this thing and made a couple changes. So some of the wires that were running all the way through that are going to go in the cab, I cut them back to here, short, and then now ran them back to this plug. So I now have this harness, which is this plug here, which is going to go on here. So now that plugs in, and then that'll be like the in-cab harness. So I got green wire for TAC, and then this one's for dial, this one is for my clutch switch, and then these 2 are for the pedal, throttle pedal position sensors. So that should work out pretty good. And then I did mark all the other wiring down here on the plug. I also changed a couple other things here for different positions. I realized I only had 1 throttle pedal position sensor and 1 throttle body position sensor, so I added 2 more inputs for the throttles. So I should be in a better spot now. I'm just going to loom it like this for now. I did tape here so that doesn't come apart. I'll throw it back in the car, and then I'll probably just maybe use some masking tape or little pieces of the Testa tape to get it where I need it to be before I loom anything again. So let's do that. I'll get it back in the car, and then the rest should just be pin fest. Alright, so made some progress on the wiring. I got the injector wiring and the coil wiring done. I just ended up using a factory injector harness over here because it comes back to this plug. right here. So I just use the factory harness, and then I put this plug onto it here. So I have a short little section here, and then I'll be able to plug those in kind of behind the valve cover. And I do have all the coil wiring coming back through this way. This is cam sensor wire, but still got to loom everything. Just going to kind of leave everything loose for now until I'm pretty much done with it. I'll probably do testing with it also, make sure everything works before I loom it. So I think next I'm going to start working on the cam sensor wiring. I do have it coming through this way right now. I'm going to bring it up through here, down this way, like that, something like that. The VVT wire will follow that. I do plan to use the onboard map sensor on the ECU, so I shouldn't have wiring for that, but I'll bring over like some intake air temp wiring, the throttle wiring, alternator wiring, then I'll have wideband and oil pressure probably somewhere over here. So I just have wires laid out here. This is boost control and fan output. These are some spare 5 volt and sensor grounds, and then these are all like my sensor inputs, coolant temp, fuel pressure, all that stuff. So just have these bundled up here. With the injector coil pack wiring, that's like 31 wires, so half of it is done technically. Alright, I guess I can show you guys a crimp job while I'm here. So this is going to be the crank sensor wiring. One is a ground reference, one is a signal wire, this one is a shield. I'm just going to snip the shield off of there, because that's going to run all the way back to the ECU. And right down here I have these little seals that are going to go inside the plug over the wire, and then I have the terminals that I'm going to crimp on. So first I will take the little seals and I'm going to push those on. This is always a very vulnerable camera angle because I'm always self-conscious about mouth breathing right into the camera as I'm hugging it. So I'll sit here and like hold my breath behind the camera because I do care about you guys. Don't listen to what they say. Alright, so I have the little boot on there with some wire exposed, and then I'm going to take the little boot section. I like to wrap the backside around the boot area, and then this little area here to crimp the wire. No idea if you'll be able to see that, but go ahead and crimp that wire down. And I'll go ahead and crimp the back area around the boot and little white weather stripping, or seal, or whatever you want to call it. So that will look like that then. And it'll look something like that. So I'll prepare the plug. I'm going to pull the little purple end off. So that cover will actually like push down on these little tabs inside here to help keep the pins from falling out. And that tab here, this is like the Packard GT 150 style pin connection. This little tab up on top of here goes inside this little hole right there on the pin. So there's like a tab on the back side. There's a tab on the back side. That's going to go away from this little tab here. So you can see the seals are pushed all the way in, and then the pin is like all the way to the end of the plastic pretty much. And you'll hear them click in when they go in all the way. I can put the little end piece on. Alright, so I ended up making some progress, getting pretty far. I'll go over the wiring and then I'll probably end the video here. So all the wiring comes out here. I have the coolant temperature sensor. This is all of the wideband wiring plug. I have 2 wires coming out yet. That one's just a undetermined line, and then one's going to be for the speed signal. As I said before, I have the injector wiring coming over this way and back under here. All the coil pack wiring and everything else is coming forward. So this bundle here is like everything that's not the coil pack wiring, and then I have the coil pack wiring going separately underneath it. This comes forward and then splits off left and right. Over on this side, I have it going to the cam sensor, the VVT. I did add a Deutsch connector for the boost control solenoid, so I can take that off. And then I have one going down there to the oil pressure sensor. Over on this side is the throttle wiring, fuel pressure sensor. And then back here with the throttle wiring, I have a coolant pressure sensor. I did want to keep the gauge on the front of the fuel pressure regulator, so I just ended up drilling and tapping a hole in the backside for the pressure sensor, so that worked out pretty slick. And then up around the backside, I still got to loom all this stuff, but it's not even connected to the battery yet. I have the power and ground. I have the green wire is the output for the fan, and then the black is the input for the intake temp sensor. I did also run the alternator wire down to here, and that has a 510 ohm resistor in it. And I think that's mostly it for the engine side wiring. I still have to do the throttle pedal wiring. I do have a couple breakout wires that actually split here and then go back into the cab to give the 5 volt and sensor ground for the throttle pedal. Kind of hard to see, but I do have a big ground bundle here that's going to go to the head ground on the back. And then I'll also connect this ground to the back of the head. And then I'll plan to run a ground from the battery to the engine block to here also, to one of these bolts here. So I haven't put the radiator and intercooler and stuff back on. I really just have like the fuel pump wiring. Everything else is ran, fuel lines are ran. It should just be like the relays and the stuff for the fuel pump wiring. I have the primary and secondary fuel pump wires inside the cab on a plug, which are going to be on this harness here. There's a plug that was actually on the harness inside the cab, and then I have those determined for what these are going to be. I can connect that and go to the fuel pumps. So that's like 2 green input wires, and then I have like dial-a-boost, tach, throttle position, clutch switch, all that stuff is inputs and outputs inside the cab. So what I'll likely end up doing next is that fuel pump wiring, getting that stuff all situated. And then I can get myself situated with the Maxxecu stuff, because I've never used it before, never looked at the program yet. And then I can maybe get a test fire done. I'll probably end up pulling a tune file off the 4200 wiki from Calvin and start from there. But as far as my list goes, I got the mount ECU done, wire harness, we'll call it, pretty much done. I just have to loom it. Power steering lines are done. Intake gasket's done. Front brake lines are done. Install injectors is done. Rear brake lines are done. So then what's left is like the vacuum line plugs. I just have to plug all of these right here, and then vacuum lines for like wastegate and all that junk. Downpipe, mount battery, oil and coolant, diff fluid, parking brake, tighten fuel lines. That's parking brake. I could probably try to test drive it or move it around at least before the parking brake. But that's kind of where it's at now. So getting a little bit closer.